Today I'm going to be cooking. We're going to be making some roast chickpeas. And hey everyone, how's it going? This is the first time that I was able to hit stream now on, so I don't know if that's a new thing that Meerkat is doing, because I scheduled this stream, and before when I'd schedule a stream, I wouldn't be able to get into the stream I scheduled, so I'd have to go in and sort of re-enter my title that I have up there each time. So this time I just logged in and it had my stream right at the top and it said stream now. So I think Meerkat is maybe making some improvements. So I really like it, Meerkat. Way to go. And for YouTube, people who are watching, I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. So at the very beginning I said hi YouTube, just so that they feel some love too. Let's see, yay, so many people here already. Radium, how's it going? Thanks for the like, and thanks Miko, nice to see you again. George, little homie, thanks for the restream and the like. So nice to see you always. And Dr. Reddington, how are you? Thanks for the like. And thanks for the restream, Dr. Reddington. And Meepak. Hi, Libby. Hi, Miko. Dr. Reddington. Hello, Libby. Hello, Dr. Reddington. Timmy, thanks so much for the like and for the restream also. And Eagle Eye. Oh, cool handle. Thanks for the like. And Donnie Wang, thanks so much for the like. And Vintage Path, thanks for the restream. And hey Timmy, how are you today? How's it going? It is a muggy, hot day in Toronto. So for those of you who were with me earlier, I had to change. I was dying. Put on a little summer dress. Vintage Path, thanks for the like. And hi Vintage Path, how are you? I like the little bow emoji. It's funny, I just about put a little blue bow that looks exactly like that in my hair. In fact, because it looks so exactly like that bow, Vintage Path, I'm just going to go get it and show you what it looks like because it's so funny. 1 second, don't go anywhere. Is this not exactly like that? I was actually looking for a band-aid for my finger, and I looked at this bow and I was like, oh, the bow's blue. And I was like, oh, my dress is blue. And then just about put it in my hair. And then I was like, oh, whatever, because I was late for my stream anyway. So I was like, oh, whatever, I won't put it in my hair. But anyways, Vintage Path, I like the bow emoji, thanks. Ton Ichistra, thanks for the like. And Groot Rude, thanks for the restream and the like, Groot Rude. And Vintage Path, thumbs up to you too. Okay, so today we're going to be making some baked chickpeas for a salad. So it's going to be another salad tonight. We had sort of Vintage Path put a whole bunch of little bow emojis for me. Over the weekend, David and I had, you know, we didn't eat poorly, but you know, the weekend's always just that time when you sort of want to lie on the couch and have an extra helping of something. So Monday, it always feels good to just eat a little bit light, just sort of lighten it up after the weekend. And I mean, for Meatless Monday, I don't normally do Meatless Monday. But we're not having any meat today, so might as well call it Meatless Monday. M.A. Winehouse, thanks so much for the like, Ma Winehouse. So these are my chickpeas, and these have just been boiling. I soaked them, I went grocery shopping this morning, picked up some groceries for the week, and also on that note, I'll just sort of share what my meal plan is for the week and when I plan to be streaming for cooking. So I just picked these up today. You can put your chickpeas in to soak, your dried chickpeas that come just like this. So this is what my dried chickpeas look like, and it's way more economical to buy it like this, and you also get less sodium than if you buy your chickpeas in a can. So it just takes a little bit of planning ahead. I soaked these when I got home, maybe around 9 a.m. today from grocery shopping. So I just soaked them for a couple hours, and it's just like 4:30 my time. And then I boiled them. I put them on to boil about 3:30. So they've been boiling about an hour, and I soaked them. So that's all you have to do to prep these chickpeas. Little bit more planning ahead, but way more economical, and also less sodium. So who doesn't need less sodium in their life? So for my chickpeas, I want to get them in the oven, and then I'll sort of talk about my meal plan, just because they take a little while to cook. haven't emptied the dishwasher from last night. There it is. There's my strainer. So after my chickpeas have been boiling, I'm just going to strain the excess water off. Now, when I bake my chickpeas, I like them really crunchy. So there's a couple tricks that I've learned just from trial and error because I've been making baked chickpeas for quite a while. So there's a couple tricks that I've learned that I'll share with you. And if you like them crunchy like I do, these are really great. They're also a really good snack. Chickpeas are very high in fiber, and it's that nice insoluble fiber that really like slows down your digestion a little bit. It doesn't slow it down, but it sort of soaks everything up and keeps it moving along. So chickpeas are great, great, great. And they're also high in, I think, iron, lots of other stuff too. Chickpeas are a really great source of, I want to say protein. I know that they're really good for vegetarians to eat, so maybe it might be protein. But don't quote me on that. So anyways, to get this, now the trick for chickpeas, so two things when you're roasting chickpeas to keep them nice and crunchy. One is to use actually dried chickpeas and prepare them the way I did. If you use canned chickpeas, it also turns out, I just find that because canned chickpeas are a little softer than this, it doesn't have the same consistency. So on top of, I like the way these taste, just when they come out like that. Really good. On top of the dried chickpeas like that being a better deal, they also, I just think, turn out a better finished product than the canned chickpeas. So anyways, but in a pinch, canned chickpeas work. So anyways, drain off the excess water. Two things. So one is to not overdo it on the olive oil, because if you put too much olive oil in, I find, and I don't know if there's anything scientific behind this, but just from trial and error, I find that my chickpeas are a little bit soggy, so I use just a very, very minimal amount of olive oil. And then the second thing is to start them in a cold oven, heat them up to 425 for about 40 minutes, and then I actually turn the oven right off and just leave them in there and let them cool down in the oven as the oven's cooling down. So that's what I found works the best, and my chickpeas are always really good. Abdullah, thanks so much for the restream, Abdullah. And Abdullah is saying, hey to Vintage Path. Okay, so I actually got my container out today instead of crashing around in my cupboard like I normally do. So I'm just going to take my baking dish like this, and this is pretty simple. I'm just going to put some basic spices in here and a little bit of olive oil and some salt and pepper, and then let them bake. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to dry these a little bit. I'm just going to use a paper towel. You want them to be nice and dry when you put them in the oven too, just so that they get that nice crunchy. Obviously, like the water, so I'm just taking a paper towel and just sort of rolling it around on these. My hands are obviously clean. I always clean them before. So I'm just rolling them around, just sort of soaking up the excess liquid, just so that my chickpeas can get nice and crunchy. George, little homie, you could use you could make a delicious hummus dip. Ooh, yeah. I actually make really good hummus. My mom I learned from my mom, and my mom got the recipe. I know I said this about borscht too, but my mom did get the recipe from a real Greek grandma. So, and I know I said the same thing about a real Russian, I think she's, or Ukrainian, a real Ukrainian grandma for the borscht recipe. But I guess my mom just makes friends with older women who are ethnic. So anyways, and she takes her recipes. So I do actually make really good hummus, and maybe I'll work that into my meal plan for next week. Okay, so I dried these off, and this. I use a little bowl like this to save my garbage. So anything that's going to be put in the compost goes in this bowl. Thanks for the restream, Tina W720. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. I really love it that I get to hang out with people here. Yolanda, what time you want me around to try it? I know, I should really actually have like a whole meerkat party and make food for it. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Instead of making it being like, ooh, everybody, look what I get to eat tonight. Ha ha. That's not nice. Okay. So for spices, I'm going to keep this super simple. Now, I actually have one of these things. You absolutely don't need this. So I actually have an olive oil mister. You don't need this at all. This just came with my house. So for people who've watched a couple of my streams, you'll know that David and I rent furnished suites. And I'm sort of at the mercy of whatever is in the kitchen of my furnished suite. And it's always fun whenever we move into a new home, because it's like, ooh, I wonder what's going to be in the kitchen. And then I get to try out all of the new things. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish there was this or that. But this time, this is kind of a cool thing that I maybe might not have myself. And it came with the house. So anyways, it's just like a little mister, and there's actual olive oil in there. So I'm going to use this just because you don't need that much olive oil. And actually, you shouldn't put that much olive oil on these to make sure that they're crispy. Let's see. I missed a couple people here. Nick. Hey, Nick. I don't know if you're saying hi or he, but he back at you. Nick, thanks for the restream. And Ilya, I had a feeling you were going to cook today. Yeah, I cook almost every day. I have to feed myself and my Daven. Vintage Path. Libby, do you remove the skin around the chickpea? I don't. Now, I'm just going to try and just show you what Vintage Path is talking about. So, if you see, so this is a little chickpea, right? And then if you see there's like a little skin around it, like that, then you have the chickpea inside of it. For me, I like to use as much of everything as possible. For people who've tuned into my other streams, I actually even eat the core of kale, like the stem of kale, and most people don't eat that. I just like to sort of use everything. I figure, I mean, it's extra fiber. I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it. And on these roasted chickpeas, I find it just adds that extra little layer of crispiness on the outside. So, I'm going to eat these. My hands are clean. But that's a good question, Vintage Path. And Nick Mantle, 18. I don't know what that means, Nick. Give me some context, man. Yolanda, would love it. Haha, love cooking. Oh, me too, Yolanda. I'm so happy you're hanging out with me. And I think, Yolanda, you mean as far as having like a Mirrored Cat cooking party where you guys can all come over and try my food instead of me just making it mean like, it's all mine now. Vintage Path. First, or is that only the canned chickpeas? I think you're talking about the skins. So, I mean, the little husks on those are also on the canned chickpeas, I believe. I can't really recall off the top of my head. But these are dried chickpeas that I soaked for a couple hours, and I just boiled them for about an hour. Nick, photo. Again, Nick, you're losing me. Torpedo. Whether it is the Ukrainian dish. Are you talking about borscht, torpedo? Maybe I should make borscht next week, maybe. For those of you that have never had borscht, borscht is a really yummy Ukrainian. I think maybe it's a Russian thing as well, but I just know it as a Ukrainian dish, I think. But it's a vegetarian, maybe traditionally. The way I make it anyways is vegetarian, and it's like a beet and cabbage soup. It's really yummy. Great comfort food for winter, but it's also light enough that it's really good in summertime. And you can also eat it cold, so it makes sort of like a nice bruschetta, or not bruschetta, pardon me. Oh my goodness, what is that cold red pepper soup called? Italian. I can't remember. Anyways, if anybody knows what the cold red pepper Italian soup is, let me know, because I'm having a brain bubble. Nick. XX kisses to you too, Nick. Nick, whole bunch of numbers. Vintage Path, thanks. Nice, thumbs up to you too, Vintage Path. Thanks for being here. And Nick, sorry, Nick, I can't read that. I don't know what that says. However, if you want to throw it into a Google Translate and spit it back at me, I'd be happy to try and answer any question that you have. So sorry I don't speak that language though. And Yolanda, thanks so much for the like and the restream, Yolanda, and thanks for being here. And Nick, thanks so much for the like, and thanks for the little emoji. So cute. And Anil Varki, thanks for the restream, Anil Varki. And George, can you please have also the skin on it? On the chickpeas, I think is what you're saying, George. And yes, absolutely. I keep the skins on. I wouldn't take them off. Ilya, what happened to retweets? Why aren't they purple anymore? So retweets apparently, Ilya, are now called restreams. I learned that this morning during my running stream. And Nick, again, don't read that language. Google Translate it for me though, and I'd be happy to try and figure out what it says and answer any questions you might have. And canned chickpeas. Sorry, let me just see what you said. Canned chickpeas have the skin on. Oh, okay, George, you're telling me canned chickpeas have the skin on it. Got it. Yes. Okay. Thanks. I thought they did. I just can't really remember off the top of my head. And Alex Daly. Hey, Alex Daly, how's it going? And T. Ruskia. Oh, is that the Alex? Are you saying the name of the cold soup? That's not the name of the cold soup. Gazpacho. Gazpacho is the name of the cold Italian pepper-based soup. So anyways, you can have borscht cold, or at least I like it cold. I think it has great flavor and a little bit of like yogurt, plain yogurt on top is really good. And hey, Jason, thanks so much for the like. Okay, guys, get back to these. So these are going to be, so I'm just going to use my mister. You can also use a little bit of olive oil. For those of you who've cooked with me before, you'll know that I am like really, really bad at pouring olive oil. I pour just a little bit and then so much comes out. And I do it every single time. No, not every single time. I feel like I get 4 good pours and then 1 bad pour. And it's that 1 bad pour that makes me so angry. So I'm just going to give these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was 7 tiny little mists of olive oil. I might put a little bit more, but for now I'm just going to start with that. For spices, I'm going to put a little bit of cumin. So maybe say a teaspoon of cumin. A little bit more. Yeah, that's about a teaspoon. It's probably like a generous teaspoon. A little bit more. Why not? So a generous teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to put some chili powder, and I don't really think of this ahead of time. I just sort of look at my spice rack and see what I think will look good. So I'm going to put some chili powder in. This is just sort of what I'm in the mood for right now. I might actually put some lime juice on this. I'm sort of in the mood for lime juice. So a little bit of chili powder. That's maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of chili powder, and I just smell it, and I sort of go by what it smells like and I just sort of keep adding spices until I'm happy with the way it smells. And I'm going to put a little bit, so this is allspice. I'm going to see if I'm going to smell the allspice, see if I want to add this. I might not. I'm going to add a tiny little bit of allspice. Very, very small. Okay, that's like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Very, very, very small. Not even. Just a dash. What else do I have in here that I want to add? Maybe some paprika and some cayenne pepper. So I'm going to add these. So a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little bit of spice. So that's maybe like a quarter teaspoon. Oops, sorry, that was loud. And then some paprika. Why not? Can't really go wrong with paprika. Oh, and my spices get a little, because of the condensation in the kitchen. Sorry, this is going to be loud. They get a little damp, especially because of the weather right now. Oh, it's a battle to get the paprika out. I have to put some rice or something in here. Rice sort of soaks up excess moisture, just a couple rice kernels in your spices. If you get that, this sort of condensation where it sticks, like look, see? So I need to put some rice kernels in here, and that should soak up some of the moisture. You should really do it before it gets to this point, but I can try anyways. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave that one out because I need to put some rice in there. Okay, and then because I want to, and because I have limes, I bought limes today, I'm going to put just a squeeze of lime juice in this as well. Actually, I'm not going to put the lime juice in right now because I want them to crisp up. I'll put lime juice in when they come out of the oven. If I forget, somebody please remind me to put lime juice on when they come out of the oven. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on too. Salt. And then at this point, when all the spices are on, so that's, I don't know, I wasn't counting, maybe like 7 shakes of salt. I don't mind putting a little bit more salt on here than I maybe otherwise would, just because, sorry. Just because I like these as a snack too, and that sort of salty flavor is pretty yummy. So I'm just going to sort of, and at this point, I'll sort of assess if the spices are sticking nicely to my chickpeas. I won't put any more olive oil in. If they're not, if they're sort of just lying on the ground, I'll put just a couple more spritzes of olive oil, but my goal is to just use the most minimum amount of olive oil possible, because that's when you get them to crisp up really, really nice. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, I missed a whole bunch. Let's see. Jason, thanks for the like. And Yolanda, gazpacho, love, love, love. We eat it, or rather drink it in Spain. Yes, absolutely. I just love gazpacho. I haven't made gazpacho in so long. I should probably work it into our meal plan over the next couple weeks. So these are looking pretty good, actually. I don't think I'm going to add any more olive oil to this. Sort of just the right amount. So these should be dry. You shouldn't have, like, when you use olive oil, often you'll see sort of olive oil on the bottom. You shouldn't see that with these. Otherwise, they're going to get, they're just going to get soggy. They're not going to get to be that nice, crisp, airy, baked chickpea that I love so much. So, okay, so this is pretty good. Now, okay, so that's what it looks like. Kind of hard to see, but you can see, like, even around the side here, you can see that's not, like, it's not wet with olive oil, right? That's how you want it. So now these are going in a cold oven, and this is just the way that I found works the best. So cold oven, they're going in, center rack, sort of center of the oven, and then I'm going to put it to 425. And then I'm going to put the timer on for 20 minutes. I'm going to flip them in 20 minutes. And then, like, sort of stir them around in 20 minutes. And then put them back in for another 20, 25 minutes. And then just turn the oven off and actually let them cool down in the oven. So they go into a cold oven. They heat up to 425. Sort of 40, 45 minutes is the right cooking time for them. Turning halfway or even every 10 minutes. I might even turn them in 10 minutes. I'll sort of just keep an eye on the timer, and then just let them cook. And then they're so easy. Turn the oven off. Philly, thumbs up to you too. Thanks so much. And Yolanda, stir it with the handle of a spoon. I do that. Oh yeah, no kidding. That's crazy. I've never tried that. I'll have to try that, Yolanda. Like with the handle, like that. Want to stir with this handle. This handle has crevices. I can be, like, really picky about dirt, which is weird because I'm not, like, I like things clean, absolutely, but I'm not somebody who's afraid of dirt or anything. But I'm always nervous when there are anything like any crevice that water can get in and can't get out on my handle. So I don't know if I'd use this, but Yolanda, I wonder if you mean like a wooden handle of like a spatula or something. That might be good for stirring. Let's see. Hey Emil, how are you? Nice to see you. Big smiley face. Thanks for the restream too, Emil, and the like. And do you want more like smiley face? Yes, Emil. I want lots of smiley faces. So give me lots of smiley faces. I love it when you guys are happy, and I mean I'm typically going to be in a pretty good mood most of the time if I'm cooking because I just really enjoy it. So. Emil, if you're happy too, that's fantastic. Vintage Path, Libby, nice stream. Thanks. We'll watch again. Bye. Bye, Vintage Path. Thanks for your tips and for stopping by and all your comments. Nice to see you. Emil, what have we for lunch? Ooh, I'll have to tell you in just a second. And Majid, hey, thanks for the like. And Yolanda, I mean the paprika. I didn't explain myself. Let's see. Where are you? Oops, sorry. Sorry guys. Stir it with the handle. Oh, the paprika. Oh, yeah, to break it up. That's a good, gotcha. And Libby, are you pregnant? I am not pregnant. Do I look pregnant, Majid? Are you calling me fat? Majid, that's so charming. Oh my God, that's so charming. Not. And Yolanda, definitely, I'll have to break it up with the handle of a spoon. That's a great idea. Thanks for that. And stir the paprika with the spoon when it sticks. Yeah, okay. Got it, Yolanda. Thanks. And Torpedo, thanks so much for the like, Torpedo. So the second thing we're going to put in here is Yolanda crying, laughing. Yolanda, I don't know if you're crying, laughing to Majid asking me if I'm pregnant, which, I mean, I don't know, but pregnant ladies, I hope, don't look like me. Or if you're crying, laughing to me stirring the paprika with a spoon. Either way, it's freaking hilarious. Majid put a whole bunch of little monkey faces doing this. Let's see what he says. I'm not saying that, he says. Okay, sure, yeah, right, Imagine. I'm kidding, I don't mind. Left the North Bay. That was a personal question, borderline rude. Maybe the North Bay. I mean, I see Imagine a lot, so if it came from somebody I didn't know, maybe, but I see Imagine a lot, so I don't take it personally at all. But if it came from somebody else, maybe. But Imagine, you're okay. I see you lots. And I know you. You're always popping in saying hi. Emil, here you are again. Oh, thanks for the smiley face, Emil, and thanks for the like and the restream. And Yolanda, he's never seen many pregnant women. Oh, Magic, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so the second thing we're going to put in the oven is, oh, I don't know why I'm going to my fridge, it's up here, is sweet potato. So for my salad today, we're going to have roasted chickpeas, and we're also going to have, Majid says thanks. Ah, it's okay, Majid. We're going to have roasted sweet potato also. So in my salad, especially because I'm not putting any like meat-based protein, things like sweet potato these are really nice to sort of fill you up and give you a salad that's maybe more satisfying than otherwise. I definitely like my salads to be, you know, kind of light every now and then. However, you know, I don't know. Today just feels like a day when I want a little bit more substance. So I have a tiny little sweet potato here, and this is sort of small. It actually looks really big when I'm holding it up like this, but it's actually a small sweet potato. Like, sometimes these things, you know what, even looks big like that. The way that this looks in the camera is not the way that I'm looking at it right here. It's actually quite a small sweet potato. It's even smaller than maybe like a regular sized potato. I don't know why it's showing up so big in the camera. Anyways, so I'm going to take this, I'm just going to cut it up and sort of dice it up, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. And Vic Too Happy, hey, how's it going? Today's meal sounds delicious. Thanks, Vic. Nice to see you always. Thanks for the like and the retweet, too. Or the like and the restream. Restream, they're called now. Nick Mantle, I don't speak that language, Nick. Try again, my friend. Yolanda, have to go. Sorry, can't see the end result. Bedtime for me. Thanks for being such fun. We'll make sure I follow you. Thanks, Yolanda. I'll follow you back too. And for anybody who wants to see, I normally don't finish my meals on my stream because I put them together just before David gets home. But if you want to see finished pics, I post them sometimes on Twitter, sometimes on Instagram, just sort of wherever I remember to post them afterwards. So follow me. My Twitter handle is obviously here, Libby_J_Kennedy, and my Instagram one's the same. So either or. I know, put pictures up. But thanks, Yolanda. Nice seeing you. And Emil, come on, guys, like that stream. Emil, you're hilarious. Thanks for the like and the restream, Emil. You're awesome. And Nick, man, I don't know if you're a good guy or a bad guy, Nick, but I still don't speak that language. And Aaron, Mel. Oh, hey, Aaron. I really, really, really like Mel. I think she's fantastic. So nice. Thanks for dropping by. Aaron said Mel recommended watching you. So that's really nice of her, and I'm glad you're here. I hope you like it. And Vic, just notice that. Restream sounds weird. Gotta get I know. It's hard to say it. So I'm just going to go ahead and wash this. Some people don't wash their potatoes because I mean, yeah, the water sort of interferes with, if you want like that crispy skin, you might just take one of those brushes and brush them off. I don't have a brush. Like, for example, here, I'll just show you this. Get it out. So I have this brush. Some people might use a brush like this and just have it dedicated specifically for brushing off like root vegetables that they want to roast. I don't have one of those. This I use for under my fingernails when I'm washing my hands. So I don't have a designated brush for washing off root vegetables. I think washing it's fine. I'm just going to take that same paper towel that I used to dry off the chickpeas a little while ago, and here it is, and just dry this off. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thanks for the like and the restream. And I missed a couple up here. Oops. I'm pressing buttons I don't want to press. Okay. And Chris, hey, how's it going, Chris? Thanks for the like and the restream. And Ace Train. Cool name, Ace Train. Ace Train, thanks for the restream and for the like, Ace Train. And Timmy, Nick says that he likes you. That's good. I like him too. Thanks for being here, Timmy and Nick. Vic, I wash them all the time. Is it normal? I mean, I think so, Vic. I've never done that, and I mean, part of the reason I mean, these brushes you can pick up for like $1, if that, at the dollar store. So it's not that I won't go out and buy this if I thought that it was worth it. It's just I like to wash mine. So, but I have heard people say that they'll just brush them off. I mean, I guess it's just your preference, but I always watch it. And hey, Ace Train, he says, hey Libby, what's going on? I'm making dinner. And oh, somebody asked me what I'm making. I'm gonna sort of recap what I'm making for everybody who's just joining us. And Yusatting, hello Canada, here we come. Hey Yusatting, are you coming to Canada? I'm in Canada right now, for people who don't know. So I live in Toronto, and it's sort of an okay day. It's hot and humid here, and I mean, hopefully we'll get some summer weather soon. So today I'm making a salad for dinner. We just put some chickpeas in the oven, so we're roasting some chickpeas. And now we're gonna cut up this yam, the sweet potato. It looks really big, it's not. It's actually quite a small sweet potato. And I did that just because I got the smallest one I could find, just because, I mean, it's just me and Damon, and I didn't really want to have leftovers. I'm not a big fan of salad leftovers. Vic, how old does it take to prep this meal? How long does it take to prep this meal, I think is what you're saying. Stupid autocorrect, Vic. I'll tell you just in a second, Vic. And Aaron, thanks for the like and the restream. And Nick, again, Nick, I appreciate your comments, but I can't read them. And I can't respond if I can't read them. Long Vic, got it. Thanks, typo. And Nick, thanks for the restream, though. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And Arek, Camote sweet potato. Is that what it's called? Maybe that's what it's called. Ace Train. How many hot days do you get there? Like, not enough. Not nearly enough, Ace Train. Nick, you are relentless. I love the North Bay. I know the North Bay. Okay, so as far as how long does it take to prep this meal? Really quick. So if I wasn't streaming this, I'd probably have all my prep done in 20 minutes. So that's just sort of really quickly getting my, well, first of all, that's a little bit of a lie, because I would have put my chickpeas on. So now I'm just cutting this in half, like that, and then I'm just gonna make these into nice little cubes that are perfect just for putting on the end of your fork. So I'm gonna take this, now sweet potatoes are really hard to cut into. I've got a good knife, it's dull, but it's a good knife. So I wouldn't cut it again this way, just because it's too hard to hold and I don't want it to fall and like slice my hand. So what I'm gonna do instead of that is I'm gonna cut it this way and then flip those and cut them small, right? So I started soaking, so it takes a little bit of planning. I started soaking my chickpeas. So see that? So I cut them that way. Now I'm gonna flip it and make little dices out of these little pieces, right? So I started soaking my chickpeas. See, perfect size. Let me put that on for. I started soaking my chickpeas this morning when I brought them home from grocery shopping, and then I put them on the boil for about an hour, just an hour before I started streaming. So I mean, there's a little bit of thinking and planning ahead, but both of those steps literally probably took a minute and a half combined. So it's just sort of, as I'm doing something, put the chickpeas in some water, and then I soak them in the same pot that I'm gonna boil them in. And then once they're finished soaking, about an hour before I'm gonna use them, move that exact same pot onto the burner, turn it on to like medium-high, and just let it boil for about an hour. But then once that's done, which again is just planning ahead, it's not necessarily hard, this whole process would probably take about 20 minutes, just long enough so I need to do a couple things. I need to put my chickpeas in the oven, which, I mean, I explained, so it takes a little bit longer. But if I was doing it myself, just, you know, a couple little bit of olive oil, bring out my spices, sort of see what I want to throw in there, put those in the oven, and then, you know, quickly, you know, wash and dice up my sweet potato. And then I'm really just going to wash some lettuce, which is the other big thing. Slice up some strawberries, because I just got some strawberries. I'm going to put some of those in. And then maybe some like green pepper and onion and stuff like that. And then that's it. I'm ready to go. So it's pretty, this is a pretty easy meal. And so it's just after 5 here. Hopefully it's just after 5. I gotta get going. Like, gotta hurry. It's just after 5 here. David probably won't be home till maybe 7 o'clock tonight. So once I have this all prepped and ready to go, I'm just gonna put it back in the fridge, cover it up, and then just sort of keep working until David gets home. So I mean, it's a great way to prep a meal when you have some time during the day, whenever it is. If you have more time in the morning, I would even prep this in the morning, and then just have it waiting for me when I get home at night. So I chopped up my sweet potato, just like this, into nice little cubes. And again, I like to just sort of think of what size I want on the end of my fork, and then that's the size that I make them. Let's see. Love the North Bay, says he's spamming. Okay, thanks, the North Bay. I don't really know. Like, when people come on here, I don't stream enough, or I don't really care to look enough, whether, like, to figure out who's spamming and what spamming even looks like. So thanks for the heads up, the North Bay. I feel bad, because sometimes, I mean, he might just be trying to communicate with us, and because we speak English, I appreciate the fact, actually, if people are here who don't speak another language, that they try to engage and you know, communicate. I think that that's fantastic. But if you're spamming, get out. Ilya. Libby says Zdrando. It means hello in Serbia. Oh, well, then, Zdrando to you, Ilya. And Chris, how are you before? Oh, that's nice, Chris. Thank you. And then Ark. In Spanish, camote means sweet potato. Ah, got it. Thanks. Learn everything, something all the time. And then Vic says, got it. Thanks, Libby. Thumbs up to you, too, Vic. Thanks for always being here. Ace Train, the Food Network needs to recruit you for a new show. Oh, that's sweet. That would be so much fun. Vic, I'm just gonna have you get this ready and fly it out to me. Those are too many steps. Okay, you know what, Vic? It can be daunting if you don't do it, but I'm telling you, if you get in just the habit of doing something like this, it's like anything. You just learn it and you just figure it out, and it becomes just second nature. Alex asks, "Are you married?" I am engaged to my David. Ace Train at Vic Too Happy. Shipping and handling would be pretty expensive. Yeah, because you have to get it there like right away, so everything's nice and fresh. And Alex, Ace Train says to Alex she has a fiance. Oh, that's nice, Ace Train. Thanks for remembering and answering. And Vic, Ace Train, LOL, I agree. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I need another little thing. So sorry, I tried to be prepared this time. I really did, because often I go into my cupboard and then it bangs and crashes. So either just please volume down or cover your ears for a minute, just while I get out a little baking dish for these, and then I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, so this is my salad dish. I'm gonna put my lettuce in here once I wash it, and then just a little baking dish. And so this is telling me that it's been, oh, sorry, it's just telling me it's heated up to 425. So, okay, so in here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use my fancy olive oil. So because I put some spices, so those are actually going to be quite spicy, I'm going to put the garlic-infused Fancy Evil olive oil on this. So, for those of you who've been with me for a little while, you know that I really like my Evil olive oil. It's so good. I think that these guys might have won me over. So I got these as a gift. I would really never have bought these, because these are only pretty expensive. And I'm just like, oh, who cares? I'll just add cayenne pepper if I want it hot, because I have a chili infused one. Or I'll just add garlic if I want it garlicky. These are actually really, really, really good. So I might end up splurging and making these part of my budget. Those are really good. So I'm just going to take, okay, I have to concentrate just for a second, because I always overpour olive oil. It drives me crazy. That wasn't that bad. That was actually pretty good. So I just poured maybe a teaspoon and a half, maybe 2 teaspoons, but not very much. So not very much of this garlic olive oil. Let me put some of this stuff back. Getting a little cluttered over here. And just sort of planning ahead. Oof. I'm going to use the champagne champagne vinegar for our dressing. This, oh, I'm gonna use this actually. Sorry, that was loud. That's some bad pronunciation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Elliot. Tell me how to pronounce it. Like, actually break it down. And then Vic, your fiance is lucky. You always prep a good, healthy meal. Yeah, I mean, eating healthy is important to me. I really like it. We're gonna put some salt in this too, so a couple shakes. I really like it. I don't know. I haven't always cooked. I used to actually really never cook. So I really just started to learn when David and I sort of got together. He liked healthy food too, even though he doesn't like healthy food. He knows that he should like healthy food. So I just started learning and experimenting, and I found that I really liked it. So this is going to be pretty basic. So I'm just using some salt and pepper. I sort of want to put dill in this. I'm not going to. No, I'm just going to keep it simple. Salt and pepper. And then, of course, garlic infused olive oil. And then I had a spatula around here somewhere. I don't know where my spatula is. So I'm just going to use this thing, same thing that I used to stir my chickpeas. And I'm just going to move these around in my baking dish so that they're nice and evenly coated. And then that's my timer just telling me that my chickpeas have been in the oven for 20 minutes. So I'm just also going to, when I put these in, I'm just going to quickly take them out and stir them around and then put them back in. Let's see. Okay, so this, and you just want to get the outside of these. I mean, you just want everything nicely coated in whatever flavors you're using, right? So here, just basic salt and pepper flavors. Because we have all those nice spices in the chickpeas, I'm not going to go crazy on flavoring these guys and just let them. Also because I really, really enjoy the flavor of roast sweet potato. It's really, I mean, sweet, right? So, okay. Those are nice and coated. Yeah, oven, I'm coming. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And you can see, this one you can't really see as well because it's not glass, but this is quite a bit wetter along the side than my chickpeas were. So, because I'm not worried about crunching these up. These I just want to bake nicely. Oops. I need some. I got it. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Just need some gloves. Get these out. Now these are going to go in for maybe like 25 minutes. Oh, these are going to be so good. Okay. Sweet potatoes are going in the oven. And these I'm just going to stir. Little thing again. See, you can see, I don't know, you can't see all that steam rising. A lot of the steam rises off, especially because I prefer to have these on a thinner layer. I actually made more than I planned to make, so ideally I'd like these to be on just a single layer. These are a little bit, this is a little full for this pan, but that's fine. So I'm just stirring them up, making sure they get a chance to cook evenly, trying to bring the ones from the side into the middle and the ones vice versa, ones from the middle into the outside, just to get as even cooking as possible. Okay, now I'm just going to shake them a little just to redistribute them again, and then back in the oven. Now I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And I'm going to stir them again in 10 minutes. Let's see. And Vic, my girlfriend is like, go buy yourself a burger. That's cute, Vic. Oh, that's funny. Ruel Wood, nice dress. Thanks. It's my sister's dress. She gave it to me. Okay, so now all of that's ready. We're just going to make the stuff for the salad, which is pretty simple. So, I love grape tomatoes. I normally don't buy them because they're normally a lot more expensive than regular tomatoes, and it's just like, I don't know, for me, unless I really actually need them, I can't really justify the added expense. But these are on sale. Look at how big they are. Look at how nice they look. Ooh, I'm so happy to have these grape tomatoes today. So I'm going to put some grape tomatoes in, and I'm also going to put some red cabbage in. I really love red cabbage. It's high in vitamin C. Has lots of antioxidants in it, so this is a great thing to have in your food. What else am I going to put in it? So I just bought some nice green leaf lettuce today, but I still have the red leaf lettuce left over from last week, as well as some romaine. So I'm going to use my lettuce. It's kind of like for any accounting people out there, I kind of like to run my produce section on a first in, first out basis. Sorry, I had to think about that. So, you know, if I bought something last week, I like to use that first before going to the same thing for this week. So I'll use my lettuce from last week first, which is my red leaf and my romaine. What else? Ouch! Ouch, I just hurt myself on tomatoes. Some red pepper, why not? And some strawberries. And some celery too. I wasn't going to, I was kind of like looking at the celery in there. I'm like, do I really want to wash it? Why not? So I'm going to make all that. Am I missing anything? No. Let's see. Vic, gotta go now. Have a great day, Libby. Wish I could have stayed longer. Bye. Aw, thanks, Vic. Have a great day. Nice to see you always. And January. Thanks for the like, January. January, is that your birthday, 1987? Is that the year you were born? The reason I ask is because my sister was born in January 1987. So when I saw that, it sort of caught my eye. Mark Mandel, thanks so much for the like, Mark. Now, with my veggies, like if I have time, I like to wash them with some vinegar. So vinegar acts just sort of, I mean, you can buy the fruit and veggie spray and stuff like that, and sometimes I do. If it's on sale, I'll grab it, but it's pretty expensive, and vinegar does a similar thing. So I like to normally, because dirt can get caught in the lettuce, I like to rinse it first before I put it in the dish where I'm going to wash it. So for this, it's going to go here and give everything a nice rinse. Mark Mandel, thanks so much for the like. So rinse and then into my salad spinner. Just because dirt easily gets caught in like the stem and stuff like that, and little bugs and stuff like that. So you just, I mean, you don't need that in your salad. It's not the end of the world, I don't think, if you get a bug in your salad, but I just prefer not, right? And David will probably think I'm like poisoning them or something, so try to avoid that. Princess. Hey, Herb K, thanks for the like. So for those of you just joining me, I'm making a salad with some roast chickpea and sweet potato. I have the roast chickpea and baked sweet potato in the oven right now. Those are baking. Those will be done maybe about 20 minutes. So hopefully, well, before I'm done my stream, those will be done. And I post pictures of the finished product on Facebook, so if anybody wants to see, or not on Facebook, sorry, on Twitter and Instagram. So now I just sort of took that core out, and I'm just because there's just these tiny last little leaves. I didn't think I'd use all of that romaine, which is why I was sort of peeling them off one at a time. I'm actually going to use the whole thing, so I'm going to just clean it. And Pinnacle Team, hey, thanks for the like, Pinnacle Team. And whenever I wash washing lettuce is one of my least favorite things to do. I know you can buy the lettuce that's pre-washed and ready to go, but it's just more expensive, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't see really the value in it when I can just easily wash it, even though it's something I don't like to do. So, whenever I do wash lettuce, I try to wash as much as I can at one time. And Herb, you're welcome. Thanks, Herb. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So now I have my salad spinner sort of halfway full of romaine. I'm going to throw some of the green leaf, or sorry, the red leaf lettuce that I had left over from last week in here. And I just love red leaf lettuce. Not only do I love, this was on sale too, so I normally get whatever lettuce is just on sale. But this was on sale, and I just love the way it looks. It's just so pretty. It looks so great in a salad bowl. And on top of that, a good rule of thumb is when you're choosing vegetables, sort of the darker the green, or like the more color the vegetable has, the more nutrient dense it's going to be. So, for example, this is going to have more nutrients, and this is going to have more nutrients than, say, our celery. Celery actually doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it. It's very high in water content. It's a great snack because it has like that crunch, crunch, crunch that some people crave. But it's not a very nutrient-rich vegetable. And on top of that, celery is actually one of the highest spray vegetables out there. So it has the highest amount of pesticides. Sometimes I get organic celery. Like, I sort of choose my spots. I really don't buy organic very often. I feel like I should. It just really increased my grocery budget, and I'd rather spend that money on something else. So I just try and make sure I wash my vegetables really good. And I know it's not good to have like sprayed vegetables. I get it, but you know, you do what you can, right? Pinnacle Team says, "Are you a chef?" I am not a chef. I just like to cook healthy meals for me and my fiance. And I don't know, I just like food. Not like I like food. I like food, but I also just like the things that you can make with food, I guess is a better way to put it. I mean, some people are artistic. This is sort of, I guess, my way to be creative is through cooking. So I'm not really artistic in any other way. But I do enjoy experimenting in the kitchen, which sometimes turns out good, sometimes it turns out not so good. I made the sweet potato gnocchi a little while ago. I know I keep talking about that, guys, but it was like really, really, really good. Okay, so I kept prying these off one leaf at a time because I didn't think that I'd be able to fit all of that in here. I'm just going to now take the core out just by taking a hand here and twisting, right? And you get sort of those tiny little things. You can't really eat them anyways. I'm just going to rinse all of this. Like that. Try and get all the like little bits of, all little bits of dirt that get stuck in the core. If there's any little bugs hiding in there, just sort of rinse them all off. And then what I like to do is take my salad, and then I'm just going to put it in my thing here. I'm going to fill it up nicely with water and put some vinegar in it, and that's just going to clean the lettuce really well. And you don't have to do this. I mean, I just like to if I have the time. And I don't always do it, but if I have the time and I do today, I'm going to do it. And often I keep vinegar actually in a spray bottle under my counter so it's easier to access. But I just reused that spray bottle for something else, so I don't have it. So I'm just putting about like 2 tablespoons of just basic white vinegar in this thing of water. Nice cold water, and I'm just going to mix it up. Just like that. Right? Okay. Just let that sit for a little bit, soak up like that, and then start getting some of these other veggies going. Oops, sorry, I missed some. Producer, I see the producer here. Producer, I've kept my eye open for you. I haven't seen your stream at all when I've been on, so I'm so sorry that I keep missing you. But thanks for the like. It's always nice to see you, and I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? The producer has a stream where he does live production of music, so I really keep meaning to see his stream, but if anybody sees it, check it out and let me know how it is, and hopefully you'll be able to see it myself pretty soon. And then Aaron says, would you make a meal with Chef MC? I don't know who Chef MC is. Would you make a meal with Chef MC? I mean, I guess I'd cook with anyone. I really haven't cooked with anyone before because David doesn't really like to cook. Like, I know, this is my timer just saying that my chickpeas have been in here for 10 minutes. I'm just going to take them out and stir them while I'm talking. I haven't really cooked with anybody. I know that some couples like to cook together, but David doesn't really cook, and because I learned to cook sort of when we got together, I don't really have any experience cooking with anyone. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be a very good person to cook with, also because I sort of do things just as I think that they should be done at the time. So I sort of go in with a plan and then maybe change the plan as I go. Sorry, I hope that answers your question. So with these chickpeas, I'm just stirring them. Here, I'll just do this so you can see. I'm just stirring them so that they get as evenly cooked as possible. And these are already, these have been in now for 30 minutes. I'll put them in for 10 more minutes, and then I'm probably just going to turn the oven off and let them sit in the oven and cool down. But these are already getting nice and crisp. Okay. And then I still have my sweet potato baking away in there, and I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. It doesn't really need to be turned yet. So put these back. Okay, and I'll just set my timer for 10 more minutes. There we go. Majid, your clothes always look elegant and beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I like dressing up. Producer, haven't been streaming. Needed private space to dig deep for a new hit. Ah, I get that. You need sort of sometimes that private time to reflect. So that's cool. But next time you do stream, I hope that I am able to catch you. So now my lettuce has been sitting in this water. You can sort of see the water in there with some white vinegar. And that's just sort of taking off all the other stuff. And I'm just going to take it out like that. And I'm just going to dump the water out. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to reduce water consumption. So because I have this water that was just washing my lettuce, I'm going to put just a little bit more in, and I'm going to wash some of the other vegetables. So I have maybe about 3 tablespoons of white vinegar in here. And I'm just going to let some of the other vegetables that I'm going to be using in my salad sit. So one of them is, I've got just this little leftover thing of cucumber from breakfast this morning, or lunch, I guess, the lunch that I made David. And then I'm going to use a little bit of red pepper, maybe about that much. So that's like 1/3 of a red pepper. Just going to take the sticker off. Oh, these stickers are always the bane of my existence. Okay, so I just took the sticker off. We don't need that. And then I'm just going to, so the core of the red pepper, you just want to take it out like that. Right? Don't need it. Put it there in the compost dish. And then just take this and put it in your water, let it soak for a little bit. I'm going to use some of my beautiful cherry tomatoes, which I'm so excited I get to have. I was saying just earlier, I love cherry tomatoes, but they're always a little bit more expensive than just whatever you're